Hey everyone, how are you doing? So, Nikki Marshall here. It's a beautiful sunny Friday morning. Hi Amy, glad you could make it. And yeah, I just thought I'd come on to Periscope this evening. This morning, you could tell it's Friday, been a busy week. Just thought I'd come on to talk about the importance of saying thank you. I know a lot of people will have read things on the law of attraction, on abundance, on gratitude, but I just wanted to share how personally it had affected me. So it's kind of show and tell Friday now. So here is a book. It's called Travel Notes because my friend and wonderful soul Emma Coker gave me this journal when we were in Sedona. So we had travelled and she thought it'd be a lovely idea to have a journal so I could keep notes. Well, that week it was really busy. I didn't keep notes and it felt like this journal was for something different. It felt like it had a purpose. So it sat in my bedroom by my bedside cabinet for all this time. And then I met someone a few weeks ago who was saying that they write down the things that they would like in their life and also the things that they're grateful for. And I just thought, what a perfect idea. So I got my pink pen. Anyone who knows me knows that I am nuts about stationery. And I started writing in there. Hi everyone, glad you can join us. I started writing in there just the things that I felt were important in my life. So I started the journey on the journal on the 22nd at 22:22 and just wrote down a few things that I really thought would be important to say thank you for, really, and a few things that I wanted to come in for me. And do you know, it was amazing the feeling that I got from actually taking the time to write this journal. So now I write it either last thing at night or first thing in the morning. And there's all sorts of intentions in your journal. You can use your journal for anything. Thank you. And one day I put 23rd of July, today I'm grateful for the beautiful clouds, cats pleased to see me, or maybe they're pleased to see my food, I'm not quite sure, a lovely drive and tunes, my friend Leanne's smile, and Dave the Adorable, which is her beautiful dog. Have to mention him, he's just amazing. Wholesome food, education, good conversations, and the fact that my hubby was nearly home from his work trip. So it's just really a nice idea. And the reason for this scope was just to talk about abundance in general and why it's important. So, as I say, for those of you that have just joined, hearts are lovely. Oh, you can't actually see, but I've got hearts on my t-shirt. I wore it specially. Don't know if you can see. Hearts. My name's Nikki Marshall and I'm founder of Discover Your Bounce. So we're all about well-being and happiness and spreading that through business, helping entrepreneurs, also schools and individuals. And so for me, it's really important to give people tips that can help and to share the love. So the reason why saying thank you works is that it starts giving us endorphins. It starts producing happiness in the body. So often we say, I'll be happy when, and we have this future idea of, if I can do this, then I'll be happy. If I can do that, I'll be happy. If I can be taller, shorter, fatter, thinner, I'll be happy. And we have this future idea. And so nothing really triggers in the body. Our thoughts trigger emotions in us, but if it's a future thing, there's no emotion to it. So if we start writing down the things that we're happy for already, we start really feeling those emotions. So we start really feeling grateful for the people around us and for the things that have gone on in our lives, the important things, the things that have made us smile, the things that have made us kind of go, aha, you know, I know why that's good for me. And then we start producing serotonin in the body and dopamine, like the feel-good hormones. It gets rid of stress. And then from that point, we can think in a positive way. And I find out a friend of mine shared some science a few years ago that negative thoughts can't jump the synaptic gap in the brain. So positive thoughts can jump and negative thoughts can't. So when we say, gosh, I just can't think, it's because that thought can't jump the gap and become a proper thought process. So if we're already feeling good, we're more likely to think really good things. And then that will lead us into looking for ways of bringing more of that in the future. But also from a law of attraction point of view, I love to think of a little delivery man. You know, like when you go to Argos and you put in a number and you get down the box or the thing that you want. Well, if you imagine that there's this delivery man and he can give you anything you want, and you say, right, okay, I really want a red Mini. And then you're driving along and you see a green one and you go, oh, maybe I want a green one. That poor little delivery man doesn't know what to give you now. He's going, well, do you want red or green? I've got both. It's up to you. But when we're in a lovely state of being grateful for things, then we then use that lovely feeling to be really purposeful on what we want. And so we start being decisive. And so again, those of you that have recently joined, this is my, it says travel notes, but it's my abundance journal. And I write down the things I'm grateful for and the things that I want to come in the future. Because then it gives you clarity and you can really, you know what makes you happy, and then you can decide what you want more of. And then when you get into that vibration, it's really easy for the universe to give you what you want. So I always imagine a little Argos delivery man up in the sky going, right, Nikki, what do you want today? So it'd be really interesting to hear either on Facebook, on our Discover Your Bounce page, or also on Twitter on Bounce to Success. If you use a journal, if you do take the time to stop and say thank you for things, and also the things that have worked for you. What have you brought into your life from writing it down or telling people or getting into that lovely feeling of how it's going to feel? Because, you know, that's really important, and I'd love to know how other people have had successes too. So in the spirit of saying thank you and being able to help people, we've, Amy uses a gratitude journal, brilliant. We've started a project called Project 90. I was saying to my team, I think it was last month, that I really wanted to help more people. I wanted to be able to make a difference on a bigger scale. And so they challenged me to speak to 90 people during August, to do 90 of our 1 hour bounce boosting sessions, which is a way I help people to feel better and feel happier. And so they said 90 people, which means that from Monday I will be sat at my desk ready to talk to people on Skype or on phone, and the diary's filling up already. It's fantastic, and I will be able to make a difference on a bigger scale. And one thing we have started, Amy, who's on the call, she's my kind of technical guru, she started what they call a thunderclap campaign, and I had no idea what this is until a friend of mine did it recently. And it's where you sign up to our campaign on Thunderclap. I think Amy's going to share the link if she's still on the call. That would be fantastic. You sign up to our Thunderclap campaign, and it means on the 8th of August, a single post goes to Facebook, Twitter or Tumblr, whichever you specify, or all of them, just telling people about our Project 90 campaign. And it's just one tweet or one post. There's no spam or anything else. And it just would allow us to let people know that this campaign's going on. So who do you know that maybe does need to be reminded of the good things in their life, or maybe does need some help creating some good things in their life? And, oh, Amy's having technical issues. So the link will be up in a while, but if not, it's on our Facebook page, on the Discover Your Bounce page, so you can find it there. But I think sometimes the important thing is that people message me and they say, I found you at just the right time. I found you on that day when I'd had enough. I didn't know what to do. I was fed up, and I just needed something or someone to give me a bit of a hand. And I think that's it for me. When I know that we've made a difference, you know, it really does help. I know one of our bounce creators had a letter from someone saying, I was ready to commit suicide. I'd written my notes. I'd planned how. I was all ready to do it, and your course changed my decision, and now I'm looking forward to my life. And so all of us, we never know the difference we're going to make to someone else's life. But also that difference then in turn makes us feel good. And I think if we can go on the win-win basis, you know, it isn't a case of we do something good comes back, but we do something good because it feels like the right thing to do. And then it could be a week or a month's time, someone will do something for you. I just love the idea that there's all this energy bounding around the universe, all these good thoughts. Because if you look on the media, they're always telling us about something to be fearful of. they're always, you know, giving us the news of other people's trials and tribulations. And it would be nice for them to do a good news section. You know, I know Russell Howard does a good news section, that's fantastic. But it's good to know that there are good things going on. So again, love to hear all your good news. We do have conversations on our Facebook page, so do join us. Do join us there. Oh, thanks, Ames. I think she shared the link and on the Facebook page as well. Brilliant. So going back to gratitude, I would just like everybody to maybe post in the comments just one thing that you're grateful for this week. It'd be really good to just get some positivity going on this call. So you know, post away, maybe share some hearts, and just let me know what you're grateful for. Today I'm grateful that in my business this week, just a bit of bounce news, we managed to sit down and work out. We said we were going to help more people, but how were we going to actually do that? So we've got a plan in the business. I think sometimes when you're trying to grow, part of you wants to grow and help more people, and then there's a part of you that goes, how am I going to do that? How am I going to fit my admin in? How am I going to do all the things that I normally do behind the scenes as well as helping more people? And we've made a breakthrough this week on how we're going to do that. So that's one thing that I'm really grateful for. Grateful when my tech works. Yeah, Amy, isn't it amazing how we rely on things? You know, my mum went away and didn't text me to say she got there safely and she was home safely, and I told her off. But you know, a few years ago, nobody would have been able to find out from her at all until she got back to a landline. So, anyone else want to share what you're grateful for? Is there something that you can think of? But if not, just remember that positive thoughts jump, negative thoughts don't jump. Serotonin and dopamine are great hormones, and the stress hormones, adrenaline and cortisol, are kind of bad for us, so that's not a good thing. Caroline, grateful for the beautiful morning and balloon festival teaser today. Oh, of course, balloon fiesta, that'd be amazing. Thanks, Caroline, for sharing, really appreciate it. So yes, I'm going to leave you with to carry on with your day, but wishing you all a beautiful day full of lots and lots of abundance, and looking forward to speaking to you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.